will be looking to bowl well here. And the batters will also be looking to put up a decent total. The problem has been giving itself a bit of a chance. And these two, they would have regrouped themselves and would have thought about it. Mohammed Naeem, 20 years of age. What a talent he is. Left-hander batter, 17 innings, 447 runs. Striker can get better. Best of 81.
He's been impressive. He's very good down the wicket. Don't have to say very much about this man. He's seen it all, gone around the world, scored 8,188 runs so far. Best of 124 not out, 600s. His T20 career, 48 50s. What a pedigree. But he's not far behind, is he? With the bat, with the ball, Andre Russell from the TVS end is going to bowl. And he comes in for a much shorter run these days, but despite that, he tends to generate quite a bit of pace. He's got very strong shoulders.
Have you ever been close to him?
Oh, many times.
I'll tell you what, he's a big unit.
He's a big unit.
Strong shoulders, and he lets it go.
I think there's some deluxe cement countdown.
He will be looking to bowl well here.
A very genial character.
And the batters will also be looking to put up a decent total.
Tough spoken, like a lot of big guys.
And these two, they would have... Yeah, he's a very good guy, very good player as well. Here we go. And would have thought about it, Mohammed Naeem, 20 years of age. What a talent he is. Left-hander batter, 17 innings, 447 runs. Striker can get better.
The ball hitting the middle of the bat. So, this has been impressive. First things first, down the wicket. Both say very much about the batters and the bowlers. He's seen it all, gone around the world. The wicket hasn't changed. 1,188 runs so far in the first game. Just a 124 not out. Too much wear and tear in the 40 overs. T20 career, 48 50. That's slipped out. What a pedigree. And a white to start off. He's not far behind, is he? Bowling from the TVS end.
You still have to settle yourself in. Yes, he's coming off a short run-up.
From the TVS end,
he's done it the last 3 games, actually.
And he comes in for a much shorter run.
He still generates the same pace that he would if he's coming from a longer run-up or
generate
normal
quite a
run-up.
bit of pace. He's got
There really
very strong
isn't
shoulders.
that much of a concern. Have you ever been close to him? Punched away.
Many times.
I'll tell you what, he's a big unit.
He's a
Got
big
strong
unit.
shoulders, and he lets it go.
I think there's some deluxe cement countdown. And the width offered to the batsman. A very genial character. Must say, nice to talk to him. Put it away. Just soft-spoken. Like a lot of big guys. Could not come back into line.
Yeah, he's a very good guy. Very good player as well. Here we go.
Backing away. Didn't go too deep into his crease. Just initial movement forward. Both the batsman and the ball stood up nicely to be hit with that delivery. And he placed it to the money. And the ball hitting the middle of the bat. So, this, first things first, is both departments, the batters and the bowlers, have to suss out the nature of the wicket. Has it changed? It's looked pretty good in the first game. Not too much wear and tear in the 40 overs played out. Oh, that's slipped out of his fingers, I suspect. And a wide to start off. Bowling from the TVS end.
You still have to settle yourself in. Yes, he's coming off a short run-up, and he's done that the last 3 games, actually. But then again, he still generates the same pace that he would if he's coming from a longer run-up or his normal run-up. There really isn't that much of a concern. Punched away through the gap.
Another good ball, and played well this time.
That's very well played. The name has been outstanding this BPL 2019, and this is the whole season. And such a talent, right around the field as well. And he's got all the shots that you think. It's the bravery as well for a young bloke to go hard at the bowlers. Yes, say the wickets have been flat, but he's still got to get them runs. But I like his technique. The way he goes on about his business. Very good player.
Oh, he's coiled up. You could see Shane Watson had an intention to give the ball a clout before he actually saw what the ball was doing.
That didn't bounce. Again, looking to go with an angle, taking it across to Watson. Watson his eyes might have lit up, and losing the side of the ball. That's very last second, missing out.
Now it's got the leading edge, and I think it's been taken. He's claimed the catch and he's walking off. Watson fails again. He shouldn't have tried that hoik across the line. Almost got the leading edge of the back of the bat. I'm not quite sure. It was a good catch. The ball was dying on the fielder.
It'll be interesting to see what actually happened there. I thought it might have inside edge onto his boot or something and carried all the way to short fine leg. Let's have a look here. Gone for the sweep. Nicked it onto his thigh pad or inner thigh pad or some. But what a grab as well that is. Oh, he's walked. Would have been interesting to have a look at that. Did he ground it? It was a good catch in the end from Ravi. Well, unfortunately, Watson is disappointed, but he's got to go out for 7, 38 for 1.
এই সময়ে কথাটা বেশিই হবে, তাই কথায় কথায় আরো বেশি এনজয় করতে বাংলা লিংক দিচ্ছে মাত্র 137 টাকায় 235 মিনিট।
Well, the Rangers have lost the wicket, the one important one of their skipper. Have a look at what transpired there. This angle will give us a clearer picture of of the helmet of the keeper, deflection, and now the interest. Did he just bounce? I thought he grasped it there. I think before he picked it up, you'll see here. There, it's definitely bounced on the grass. He rolled over and has claimed the catch. Have a look, bounce, and further forward. There, it's grounded, definitely grounded. So, oh dear. So, in the meantime, there's been a ball bowled, but well, Shane Watson waited for a while inside the boundary line before stepping over.
Oh dear.
But eventually it was decided that he was out and he could consider himself very unlucky there.
Well, I wouldn't say unlucky. He was being honest with himself. He nicked the ball onto the keeper's helmet. But then again, the catch, in my view, it looked like it was not clean or bowled.
You wouldn't call it unlucky? First of all, he nicks it. Then he's unlucky enough it hits the helmet. And look at this. Now, and to boot, that is a whole lot of bad luck. Oh dear, everything going wrong, all the decisions. That was the no ball, the wicket ball, and then the deflection of the helmet, then the grasped catch. At the end of that, the captain's back in the hut. Oh my goodness. Well, Naeem is confidently just putting a full face of the bat to that. In the meantime, Cameron Delport is in the middle, where he's had a good game in the last match. Amongst the runs, 63 of 28 versus Sylhet yesterday. 27 50s in his career. Very good strike rate of 140.47. 500s. Significant figures here for Delport. Settles down after all that has gone on prior to his arrival. Backs away. Will guide for no runs. It's all happening here.
Oh, certainly is. Next captain in the 2040. Yes, young man. I would love to see you. 2040. Have a look at that. So cute, isn't it? Shamim next. Skipper for Bangladesh. He's already claimed it. He's already claimed it.
Very, very eventful over completed. 5 done, 39 for 1.
I thought Shane Watson was very, very unlucky. Well, he's back in the hut. Naeem is looking good. He's moved on to 30 of 21. Cameron Delport has just come on to bat. Afif in the attack. Been so very impressive, Naeem, after he made his debut for Bangladesh in that tour of India in the T20 internationals. So very outstanding with the bat. Naeem, after he made his someone who can actually cement his place as an opener for the Bangladesh team. He's shown some consistency. That is what is needed. Someone who can actually cement his place as an shot. That's a terrific hit. One bounce over to the fence. Lovely hands from Naeem. Time for me to welcome Roshan. Good evening.
Good evening, Atta. Good evening, all. Well, he's stealing the show. He's overshadowed Watson, and he's carried on in his merry way. His strike rate is just under 150. What he needs, of course, is some support at the other end. Been a very impressive knock so far. Impressive youngster.
This time he finds the gap on the offside, crashes it through the covers. The one before that was touch fuller, belted it down the ground, and Afif just pulled it back. Have a look at this shot.
He's not the most muscular man, but he can pack a punch. Hit it really hard, hit it into the gap. Good thing is he created some space for himself. Just gave himself a bit of room. It was fired at the stumps, and he had to manufacture a shot, which he did quite well. His strike rate is over 150 now. 158.3.
Yeah, what I really would love to see is Naeem back through, bat deeper, and get a really good score, individual score, and ensuring that he gets his team, the Rangers, in a very good position. Now what's going on there? Cross the line, pick up a single. So Uwais Shah, the head coach of Rajshahi Royals, having a bit of a word with the third umpire. The fourth umpire, beg your pardon, has just gone back. It's such a wonderful start for the Rangers, 48 for 1 in the 6th over. They've picked up a wicket of Watson, but they really need a few more here because they're going at a rate of almost 9 runs in an over. Long off comes in place instead of long on. There is a mid on inside the circle. That's well bowled. The ball coming back with the arm. Good comeback from Afif.
He doesn't really look to spin the ball, but what he does is he slides it back at the left-hander. And he generally tends to fire it in. It's not easy to score runs off him if he's on target. If there is width, yeah, but he's generally been on line to Delport and driven straight. That will run away to the boundary. That was tossed up a bit. 13 runs of the over, 52 for 1. Delport driven straight.
এই সময়ে ইন্টারনেটটা বেশিই লাগে, তাই আরো বেশি এনজয় করতে বাংলা লিংক দিচ্ছে মাত্র 129 টাকায় 6 জিবি ইন্টারনেট।
If you look at the dots so far bowled by the bowlers, it's not bad, 50% out of the 6 overs. There you go, power play done. But even after that, I think they're striking it well, especially Naeem, who's moved on to 39 of 25. What a delightful looking stroke to finish off the over. The previous one when he smashed it down the ground all along the carpet. Don't want to be seen on the screen. Right. Shoaib Malik. Don't want to be seen on the screen. starts with a dot. Important for them to realize, because this pair added 99 runs in that last match when they went on to win by 7 wickets. Have a look at this shot. It in an exquisite timing. Dead straight. Absolutely brilliant.
Shoaib Malik has so much of skill in his game as a bowler. If you watch him carefully, he uses the crease, goes wide, tends to slide it back at the left hand. He'll enjoy it with 2 left-handers at the wicket. Looks for the off break. So much of skill, and that's something that he's picked up with his long association with the game. Now he's so much into the T20 formats, playing a lot of league cricket now that he doesn't really represent Pakistan. It's still so much to offer. Wonderful cricketer, Shoaib Malik. Round the wicket with Delport on strike.
Yeah, he's been pretty good with the bat. That's gone through. But he started well in this over. He's bowling to his field. Should have slipped through the fielder's hand, even though the batsmen were quite keen to rotate strike. A bit of a dew available. That's the reason why Ravi Bopara has the white towel in his hand to make sure that it stays dry as possible. This series, rather this tournament, wins 17 runs, but only 2 wickets. Economy has been outstanding. That's the key. To have an economy under 6 runs and over on a flat surface is brilliant. Absolutely fantastic from Shoaib Malik. A very good start for Naeem. I like that header. Oh yes. National colours.
Very colourful. Shoaib Malik, of course, late bloomer as a batsman. That's another look. There he goes again. There you are. That's what I'm talking about. That was lower arm. Fired it in. Very different. He would go with the straighter arm, then the lower arm. Late bloomer as a bowler, as a batsman. Started off as an off spinner and then became a bit of an all-rounder.
Shot. And oh, good footwork in the end, but just slipping over. .56 for 1. Right after the end of the 7th over, it's 56 for 1, and it's time for the Bosundara LP Gas strategic timeout. good start for the Rangers as we come closer to the close of his timeout. Oshundara LP gets strategic timeout, comes to close. Right. Yeah, the broadcasters for the Bangabandhu Bangladesh Premier League 2019 is going to these countries, and first and foremost it's Australia, Fox Sports. It's a happy new year there already, 2020 there. So wishing you all the very best who are watching it from all of us here. I'm wishing you many happy returns and have a blessed and a great year ahead.
Yeah, certain parts of the world have already received the 2020 New Year. As Atta said, it's a very happy and a blessed New Year to all. Few countries would be reaching the New Year shortly. It's a good feeling. We in Dhaka in Bangladesh is almost at the door.
Surely a lot of people, everybody out here in Bangladesh will be celebrating tonight. He was in such a good nick, Cameron Delport. Last innings that he played was 63 of just 28 deliveries with 6 fours and 5 sixes, and a very good convincing win by 7 wickets. This year he's been very good in T20s. 1,355 runs as we see Nahidul Islam, the new bowler. And he's striking it in very good rate as well, 146.9 for Cameron Delport with 207 50s. And ideally these are good conditions to come in and bat, and he would want to back up his performance in the last match with have another one. Here you go, most runs this year in T20 cricket. Babar Azam from Pakistan right at the top with 1,607. Wow. Should find the gap. No, really good piece of fielding. Ravi Bopara is very good in the deep, and he makes sure that it doesn't cross over to the boundary.
Again, a little bit too wide on the back foot and punched. Bopara is an excellent fielder. Another veteran in this format. Someone who is now very much into the leagues rather than representing his country. Medul continues. Just a little bit too short, but he's firing the ball in. So far, 4 deliveries for 4 runs, which is an excellent return for the off spinner. And with due, he'll struggle to grip it. You could see that the towels are already out. And so that will be something that the batsman will always remember as they look to try and set up a target for the Royals.
Yeah, what kind of target would you have in your mind at this position with 61 for 1 after 7.5? You talk about setting up target. Just give me your thoughts on that.
Well, 12 overs to go, 84 balls. And I think certainly about 120 runs in the last 84 balls is possible if you have wickets in hand. And that will be a fairly reasonable target to defend. 61 for 1.
এই সময়ে কথাটা বেশিই হবে, তাই কথায় কথায় আরো বেশি এনজয় করতে বাংলা লিংক দিচ্ছে মাত্র 137 টাকায় 235 মিনিট।
Right, my fellow commentator feels that if they can add another 120 odd, they will have substantial runs on the board. Have a look at the power play. He only bowled 2 deliveries, 3, beg your pardon, then he took off. Hope he's okay. 52 for 1. Totally looks out of sort, doesn't he? Kane Watson, but there's some cracking shots from the left-hander, Naeem. Back 5. And it's also important for teams to realize that once you have wickets in hand, at the end of the 7 or 8 overs, then you can really step on the gas. Naeem has cruised along to 45 of 34. Very good, 6 fours and a 6 strike rate of 132.4. But what is important for him is, or rather what is more important for him and his team, is to continue in the same fashion. Bat deeper. He's been pretty smart, because he's not only looking to play big shots, but he's also looking to rotate the strike.
Yeah, the last 30 balls of Rangers have been 26 runs and a wicket. Now they'll want to improve that, because they are, as you know, Watson got out and Delport hasn't still got into his stride. 8 of 8. Just been all 9. So, yeah, wickets in hand's going to be important. And this is a good looking pitch. It's a flat pitch. Nothing's happening. The ball's sliding on quite nicely. They can't find any turn for the spinners. Afif just going round the wicket, going wide of the crease. Reverse. That's 4. Such a useful shot in the modern game. It can be a get out of jail shot. It can be a go-to shot. Either way, it can be, and it will be very productive.
That took them 14 deliveries to pick up that boundary. This is the 15th delivery that they managed to squeeze out a boundary here. That's a very good shot from a man who's in a really good touch. Cameron Delport heading into the gap and finding a boundary. This time he comes down the wicket. Shouts of Cashett. What is he doing at long off? Just a couple of steps. Could have just grasped it. Alok Kapali, would you believe it? Did not even try.
Could be a costly mistake. Don't let a batsman of the caliber of Cameron Delport. He's taking a few steps back, which is a bit of a surprise. That should be a wide. It's confirmed a wide. So now it's 8 balls already. How costly would be this Delport's non-catching of Alok Kapali?
The problem is, instead of going forward, he was stepping back. That was the problem. Eight already in this over. Could have easily been another wicket here. Made no effort whatsoever. That's well bowled. Just getting the inside part of the bat, but they'll pick up a single. 9 in that over. After 9, the Rangers move on to 70 for 1. Six bowlers so far used. Russell is a problem. You just walked off. I hope he's okay, because they need him. We'll have to wait and see whether he comes back to bowl. Oh, Shoaib Malik this time around. What's happening here for the Rajshahi Royals? First it was Alok Kapali, now Shoaib Malik lets one go.
Well, they got to be a little bit more careful. That was a bit embarrassing. In good games, in tight games, every run matters. Malik, so much of experience, but just allowed the ball to go through. But Nahidul, he's gone for just 6 runs. Looks a very impressive kind of bowler. Nice action he's got. Not turning the ball because it's not easy, but he has a nice loop, nice flight. Mixes the pace quite well.
And hardly gives any room for batsmen to free their arms, because it is his second over. He's already given up 6 runs, so he's been very good. Exactly knows what his captain wants him to do these conditions. Again the reverse. This time he finds the fielder. And a still crossover for a single. Pretty decent delivery.
Yeah, nice off-spinner's action. Well, he doesn't turn it because, as we know, that it's not easiest. There's a lot of dew here. It's a flat track. Take a look at his action. Look at that front foot. Beautifully pivoting on that front foot. That's perfect. That's a perfect off-spinner's action.
On 48, Naeem. That's well played. Really enjoy batsman hitting down the ground, presenting the full face of the bat. And even though he's not getting the turn, as we mentioned, but he's been very good in terms of line and length. Just making life a little bit difficult for the batsman. He's just given away 3 runs in this over. He needs to finish off nicely here. Yes, he needs to bowl well to ensure that he doesn't give away too many. 2 left-hander in the crease, so he doesn't have to change his line and length, exactly know where to pitch it. This one he tosses it up, again a single, so well bowled from Nahidul.
Yeah, he's bowling at a critical time of the game. This is over number 10, and at a time when 2 batsmen are looking to settle in. And these little facers can turn out to be very important. So far, 11 balls for 9 runs with 3 dots. That's under 5 runs and over. Last ball yet to go.
Second 50 with that single in this tournament for Naeem. He's looked very good. Nice round of applause from his fans and the teammates. 75 for 1.
এই সময়ে ইন্টারনেটটা বেশিই লাগে, তাই আরো বেশি এনজয় করতে বাংলালিংক দিচ্ছে মাত্র 129 টাকায় 6 জিবি ইন্টারনেট।
$75 for 1. We've gone halfway through the innings here. The Rangers will be looking to step it up a little bit. Naeem on 50. Under us. He's back on the field. Good to see him back. And a 5th to continue as well. Into his 3rd over, picking up just the 1 wicket. Under us, it looked like he was in pain, a lot of pain. It looks rather comfortable at this stage with a bit of smile on its face, as always. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to take part in the bowling. I don't think he will. Pulls away. He'll pick up the single with protection out in the deep.
Tell you what, Woozy, he might be just forced to bowl. At a certain time, if this pair continues on their merry way they're doing at the moment, Andre Russell might feel that he needs to bring himself on and try to break a partnership. Never know. He seems comfortable enough at the moment.
He's gone big here, coming top, but he's got enough on it. Yes, he does. Just over. His heart must have been in his mouth. He didn't quite time it as well as he would have liked to.
Well, it's got the desired result. Trying to up the ante now. Just giving that ball a lot of revs. Got underneath that one, but it's the height and not the distance that was of concern. Farhad Reza tried to get a hand to it. It was too long. Oops, had to adjust. Gave him the charge down the wicket, and then swiveled round. Good adjustment.
Yeah, Fif tried to drag it short. He must have seen him early. But Dalput played it pretty well. It was just helping it along. It was too straight and too short. Afif must have gotten a fright here. Dalput came down way too early and didn't put not much effort needed to take just behind square. Well played in the end to picking up the boundary.
That's the problem with the batsmen. Sometimes they expose their intentions a little too early. Give that little bit of an opportunity, just that split second, for the bowler to change his lengths and lines.
Oh, he's gone big again. This time, has he got enough? Yes, just enough. Getting the maximum. Good shot in the end. Might not have timed it as well. His timing is a little bit on the off fish, but he will take that maximum.
Oh, he sure will. That brings up the 50 partnership, 54 of 42 balls. There was another little full toss dished up, and despite the fact that it was should have been put away with a lot more confidence, just hung in the air, came out the bottom part of the bat and just hung in there for a while before crossing over the boundary line.
Well, it just shows you how much power he's got. All about power hitting. Last ball. Good one to finish. And a good one for the Rangers as well. What's going on? He can get into trouble for doing that. Not good sportsmanship. At least he's got to apologize. Yes, he apologized. End of the over. 92 for 1. Well, there's a bit of drama, a bit of confusion going on. Oh, hello. They've taken it upstairs. Soft dismissal out. They've reviewed for caught and bowled here. And he's given it out. Is that the soft dismissal? What is going on here? Talk about... Well, oh, a lot of confusion going on here. He's not really sure what's going on. At least he should have taken it upstairs first and then given it out as soft dismissal if he's unsure. What is going on?
Well, you have, I think, 15 seconds to review, but what's going on? They gave the decision of completion of the over, the fielding side. I don't know if it's a proper review or it's not a review. It's not a review. It's just the umpires themselves referring. The umpires referring for that. That was legal delivery. I think that was a bit of confusion. Maybe that was the reaction of Afif was because he had taken that catch. Now, there you go. But first up, was it a bump catch? Did it go straight off? Well, you never know. Where did it come off the bat? It's worth a look. You have to look at everything here.
Well, I'm not quite sure what the confusion was. It looks like he's taken it clean. It might have bubbled out a little bit, not clean enough. But it sure has. It's not a bumble, that's for sure. Kamran Delpit is headed straight back at him. Afif collects it. He caught it clean. And then he has a shy at Delpit. He threw the ball at Delpit. Remember that after that, that's where the confusion happened. But now the umpire, the Deto, let's be sure, 100% sure decision, out. It is out. It looked out from the beginning anyway. And Kamran Delpit is walking off. He's not happy with it, but it was quite clear. Well, it was a good little cameo from him. 31 of 17 deliveries. Caught and bowled Afif, 92 for 2. Well, 92 for 2. They just lost Cameron. Skipper might be happy. He just come back off, come back on the field. The catch was taken clean. There was a bit of confusion whether the umpires had taken it upstairs to check if the ball bounced before the catch. But then again, Cameron Delpit actually saw that it was caught clean. He should have walked, but he didn't.
Well, should have, could have. I mean, it's big confusion. Couldn't figure it out at all. The umpire possibly didn't get a good sighting of Afif taking that catch low down. A little bit of confusion, but we carry on.
Nahidul. Naeem slashes it. Just over finding the gap, looking to come back for the second. Or fielded, cleaning it up. It's just been drama going on the eve of the 2020. What is going on?
Well, in a 2020, on the eve of 2020, it's all happening, isn't it? Well, everyone's confused. No one seems to be sure. The umpires were not sure. And even if you go for an umpire's review, you're normally not supposed to give that signal before. Yeah, and he was giving the signal for out and then saying, we're going to have a little check. All very confusing. Well, it's over now. And Delport's gone.
Well, Naidul has got the ball in hand. And I'll tell you, it is a very good contest here. Gregory is on strike. And I'll tell you what, Gregory also, he is in a good touch. Coming around the wicket. Bit uppish, they're all getting excited. The skipper is back. They'll feel that they've got everything in control.
Well, the skipper's been out for 43 minutes. So basically, by the time he's allowed to bowl, the innings might be over.
Yeah, precisely, that'll be it. And Naidul is quite clever. Quite clever. You can see Gregory running down in time. A bit of smile, it's all fun in games, isn't it? Lewis Gregory, 73 innings. Lots of experience, the best of 76. But that strike rate is very good. You would have seen the previous innings that he's had. He's in a good touch. Just, what? Good fielding. Skipper must be struggling.
Well, amongst all this paraphernalia going on in the middle, you've got to keep your focus as a batsman and even the fielding unit. So much activity, distractions. He followed the batsman. He moved to the onside and sensible from Naidul. Just nipping the ball down the leg side, just allowing him to free his arms.
Yeah, coming around the wicket, he doesn't allow you to get that room to free your arms unless he's bowling, spraying it wide outside off stump. It is the shorter side of the boundary, hence him bowling onto the short, expecting him to hit him on the longer side of the boundary. And he's not going to give them cheap, he's not going to give them easy. Naeem has been exceptional with the bat in hand.
Made it look very simple, hasn't he? Just the way he's controlled the innings, the shots that he has played, big shots down the ground. Always seems to get the meaty part of the bat, the middle of the bat, sweet spot. Even when he's angling the bats, he's milking the runs, he looks so much at ease. He's been amongst the runs recently, and he'll just give that little momentum that's required to increase this partnership. Skipper going the other direction now at extra cover.
Just making sure that there is a bit of dew, and it gets quite difficult for the spinners to grip the ball. Last ball. Oh, whips it onto the leg side. Is it found the gap? Yes, he has. Good way to finish off the over. 99 for 2. Well, Naeem going pretty strong, is still out there. And after all the confusion, Delport caught and bowled for 31. Gregory comes in, he's also in a very good touch with the bat in hand. And just talking about Gregory, how he's in a good nick. Oh, the veteran, Alok Kapali, 35 years of age, coming from the TVS end, 86 matches, 38 wickets. The decent economy rate as well, which is pretty good. And perfect bowling to Naeem, and Naeem will be itching to have a go here. Balls, he's not a big spin of the ball, but Naeem, I like the bravery and the talent that he is. Short, pulled away. They'll pick up the single, then that brings the 100. And while we do that, we're just going to take a trip downstairs. Who have you got there, Maza?
Yes, I have Alamin Jr., the Rangpur Rangers batsman with me. And Alamin, so far a steady start for your team. What do you reckon? What type of total you're eyeing from here on?
Thank you. I think it's a good match for me, and our team, Naeem, is batting really well. And I think 180 plus is a good score for our team.
Obviously, you have played so many BPL editions. This must be your 5th edition for BPL. So, how's the experience so far, being 26 years of age and played 5 BPL?
Yeah, obviously, it's a very experience for me. There is a lot of experienced player. They come this tournament and playing, so it's a learning a lot. So I think it's good experience for me.
Talk about Shane Watson, the Australian legend. Playing under him must be a lot of things to learn from you.
Yeah, obviously, he's a good man also. He's learning a lot of things. Yeah, Shane Watson is a good man, and I think help for me.
Thank you very much, Alamin. Over to you guys.
Yeah, certainly it is a very good initiative to get the experience, a bit of mixture with the young, talented Bangladeshi players coming up as well. Alok Kapali, experienced candidate as well. Yeah, just listening, 180 seems to be what I would say is a very good score on this surface. It is a good wicket to bat on, and it tends to quicken up as the night goes. If they carry on going at this rate, they'll end up on 163. They would love to get a little bit more, as Alamin is eluded. 180 plus will be a good score. Missed it. How did I miss? Alok Kapali can't believe it.
It was low, it didn't turn, and he was just waiting for that bounce, maybe a little bit inside the line, kept on going straight, didn't really turn as much as over it. Across the line, not the safest option to take. Gregory not really gauging that little bounce off the wicket.
He's gone big here, the shorter side of the field, and he's got enough on it this time around. Yep. Take that.
But after the last delivery, you'd expect as a batsman, you'd be a little wondering.